The other lens on this that I think about a lot is Curtis Yarvin, who's also a good friend of mine, and the way he describes the American system that's running the people, the way he describes it is we are living under FDR's personal monarchy 80 years later without FDR. Right. And the reason he describes that, he says, look, when before FDR, the federal government was actually very small. Like the tax rates were like super low. The federal government didn't do very much. The FDR dramatically, like orders of magnitude increased the size and scope of the federal government. He did that for two reasons. One was the New Deal. And then the other was World War II. And so the federal government that Franklin Roosevelt left behind in 1945 when he passed away was the government that he had built, which he had run the entire time from 1933 to 1945 himself, in which he had staffed himself and he had overseen himself and everything. And he built this giant structure. And as Curtis basically says, as long as you had FDR running that, it could run really well. And, we won World War II and saved the free world, and like it worked and pulled the US out of depression. Like the whole thing worked and it was great. But if you let an organization of that size and scope run without its founder CEO for 80 years, you end up with what we have now, which is just like basically an out of control bureaucracy, like an out of control system in which people can't even make positive change, even if they want to.
Yeah.
And again, that's why you could have in the US, you could have reason for optimism, which is, okay, what do you need? Well, you need another FDR-like figure, but in reverse, right? You need somebody and a team of people around them who's actually willing to come in and like take the thing by the throat and make the changes. By the way, make the changes that FDR would probably make if he were here to make them, but he's not, right? And so somebody else has to step up and do that. It has to be a president because nobody else conceivably has the power to do that. But we will see how much this president can do. But like that's a lot of what this administration plans to do.